my name is Millie and welcome to The Performing Arts and Me. For those of you that don't know who I am, I did a foundation year at Berg College from September 2021 to May 2022, and from September 2022 I'll be starting at London Studio Centre on the theatre dance course there. And I make videos about performing arts and drama school, my general life experiences and things like that. So if you're interested, please do subscribe. Now in today's video, I'm going to be talking about another one of my drama school audition processes, days, experiences, whatever you want to call it. And the school that I'm going to be talking about auditioning for today is Urdang. So on the day that I went to my Urdang audition, it was a double audition day. I think basically that means that they had 2 dance classes, 2 singing, 2 acting, 2 interview facilities going on at each time. So half of us were generally upstairs and half of us were generally downstairs, although I think we did have to go downstairs for the singing section. Anyway, so when we arrived, we were given a tour of the building, and we were taken to the Great Hall for a talk. I think everyone was in the Great Hall, as in all of the people at the audition rather than split into our 2 audition groups, but I'm not 100% sure. After we'd had our talk, then I'm pretty sure we were split into the 2 auditions days. So my audition day was taken to the yellow room to wait. We'd been divided into groups, and each group would do each of the activities. Why do I keep calling them activities in these videos? Audition sections. So there was singing, dance, monologue, and interview. So I started with singing. I'm going to talk about it in the order that I did it in because it's just easier for me. So to start with, my group was taken down to do a singing warm-up, which was about 15 minutes long maybe, and then we all went back up to the waiting room, and we went down to sing one at a time, but they'd have someone in the room singing. They'd have maybe a couple of people waiting outside, and then I think as that person went up after they'd sung, they'd get the next person. I think that was how it worked. Something along those lines anyway. So I did my singing audition. There was Rob Archibald, the pianist, and a student in there. And also the audition was filmed. I think all the auditions were filmed because it was double audition day. Although I'm not sure about the interview section. That might not have been filmed. But yeah, because it was a double audition day, obviously people that were doing the other audition wouldn't get to see everyone, if that makes sense. They'd only see half of the people that were there on that day, so everything was filmed. But yeah, anyway, I did my singing audition, then I came out. So after we'd done our singing, my group had dance next, and the first half of the dance was ballet. So we got changed for ballet, and then after, on the last ballet exercise that we were doing, after you'd done that exercise, you ran to go and get changed for jazz. And it was such a quick change. I think I was one of the last groups to do that exercise within my bigger group. But I had about 1 minute and 30 seconds kind of time to get changed, so it was a quick change. So I would say to make sure you have your stuff ready to go, because you don't want to be hunting through your bag trying to find all your leotard and your jazz shoes and all of this. You want to have it somewhere where you know where it is, it's ready to go, so you can just get changed as quick as possible and get back into the dance room. So then I had the jazz section of the audition, and then after that my group were doing the acting part, which was a monologue, but we waited for a while first. There was quite a bit of waiting around in the Urdang audition. I think it was because basically the dance section took quite a while and no one could move on to the next part of the audition until the dance section had finished. It was fine. I just say it's a good thing to be aware that you might be waiting quite a bit. Anyway, so we waited for a while, and then we did the monologue section, and I think we just went in one at a time again, and yeah, that was fine. I think they did the same kind of thing with a couple of people waiting outside, and then you get the next person, something like that. Anyway, after I did my monologue, we had quite a long wait because I think in our timetable we'd had scheduled in to have a lunch break at that point, but it was already 3 o'clock. And so I'd already eaten lunch by this point. They did say that we could go out for lunch if we wanted to, but I decided I'd rather just stay in there. I think the students just did an informal Q&A with us, which was quite nice, and it was good to be able to ask them some of the questions that we had about the school. But yeah, so after we'd done waiting, Q&A, and maybe waiting a little bit more after that, it was time for the interview section of my audition. So there was just me and one person in there, I think, and then they wrote notes about what we were saying, jotted some things down, and yeah, that was kind of it. So after you'd done like all the sections, you were free to go, I think. So after my interview, I was done, and I was free to go. Oh, remember to give your number back. I can't remember what they were, but I remember reading somewhere beforehand that if you don't give it back, they might ask you to post it back. So yeah, I'd say to try and make sure you remember to give your number back. But yeah, so I gave my number back and then went home, and I think Urdang told me by email, maybe. I think it was an email. And unfortunately they said that they wouldn't be offering me a place at Urdang. So yeah, that's kind of it for this video. I hope you have enjoyed this video, and if you have, please do give it a like to let me know. And if you are auditioning at Urdang in the future, then I hope it goes well. Thank you very much for watching. Bye!